In this video, I'm going to quickly recap a trade I made a video on last week of GNRC. It's going exactly how I predicted, so I figured I'd recap it. I'm still in the trade now. I just added to my position. I'm up a couple $1,000s on that, which is great overall in the trade. And then I think the most important part is I actually put on a trade in the SPX. I lose money, and right now as I'm doing this, I'm watching the market go up against me, and I could have been in the trade and actually made some money. So that hurts. Now, what's important about this video is I'm breaking down the mindset that you need to have when you have these losses that will provide consistency for you going forward. Because if you don't have this mindset, I can guarantee you're going to blow up accounts. So stick around. I'm going to break it down. You're going to see me trade it in real time, and I hope you find a lot of value in it. Let's get started. So I just wanted to show GNRC here. I made a video, I'll link in the description, where I was buying GNRC here on a push up. So it was a quick little options contract just to take advantage of some volume and a push. So you can watch that video to check out kind of my explanation behind that trade. And then I sold calls up here because it was overextended beyond the Bollinger. And a lot of times when you do get a really good push here, it needs to calm down, right? So I take advantage of selling calls up here in a vertical spread, so I make some money on the way down. And then we had this beautiful little push off of the 15 EMA, went a little bit below it, but overall I felt like because of the volume buildup and the way this chart looked, check out that other video to break it down. I don't want to go too long, but the 15 EMA, a nice bounce off of here. I got two more contracts just to start in a position, because I made money on this and I made money coming down. So I got two more contracts for a more longer term. So looking at this, I got them 127 days out. So I actually have some time with these contracts. I'm not going to get hit with too much Theta decay on that, because I'm looking at this maybe about a month or two to go out. So at the time I bought the 160 strike and I got it for 920, and I'm currently up 790 bucks. I was up like $1,400, but for some reason GNRC today is having a terrible day. We see on the 15-minute chart over here, it's just having a brutal day with like no volume either. So a lot of the times when I do see this type of push, a breakdown, and then another nice push, and then basically no volume and the stock's kind of coming down out of nowhere, a lot of the times that might just be some big players loading the boat, honestly, because I'm very curious to see kind of what's going to happen from here, but I'm not going to panic. I'm just going to stay in my position. This is a long term, and if anything, I might actually add to my position now because the charts come so far down. I might add a contract or two, and we'll see what happens. The goal is for it to get to at least 160, and then if we look at, across to the left, we see a big area here where we had a breakdown. So I'd love it for it to come up to 175 for the next month. So that's just kind of capping off that one GNRC trade that I had, which might be of interest. And then here I opened up a position in SPX. So you can see the SPYs kind of doing a little something here. So SPX is the SP 500 index. So on the 15-minute chart over here, you can see that we started the day going on a nice run, and it's now kind of just consolidating like this. So a lot of the times when I see a really nice run and then a bunch of kind of kicking around, so I'll go to the SPY because it actually has a VWAP and volume. So on the SPY, we can see here, there's a lot of movement, shaking around, shaking people out. So as long as we stay within the VWAP area, we didn't go below the 200, we're getting lots of pin bars coming up here. And we can see, although it's not the most volume I want to see, we had really good green volume here, not a ton of red volume, and then a good green spike here, a good green spike here, a little green spike here with this nice push. So I actually entered into a position. I think I got here for a run. It didn't happen. I got out. And then when I saw this nice push, I entered again. So let's go look at what I'm actually up on that right now. I might be about break even, but I'm in the SPX trade, and I am currently up 40 bucks. So you can see I'm only up 60 because I lost 100 before. Transparency, I'm telling you I lost $100. Come on, that's a like or subscribe at least, right? So what I did was I came to the 0 days to expiry, and I'm just trading the 0 DTE. A lot of people are doing this these days. It can definitely, knock you around, so be very careful with it. But the good thing is that the contracts are very cheap on the SPX. But if we do get a really nice run like we're seeing here, and we maybe get a push to 4,500 or something like that, 45.05, 45.10, something, then these contracts can become like worth a lot. So if I get a contract at $4.80, and then all of a sudden the price comes to 45.10, and we're now worth $15, $19, that's a massive gain, right? Just from putting down $480. One contract is always 100 shares, so that 480 would be $480. If we can get a really nice push, we'll see what happens. It's kind of breaking down here. We'll see. But when I get a lot of accumulation like this, and it doesn't fully all the way break back down, and we had a nice push, the market liked the CPI news that came out. They liked what the FOMC was saying. So we might get a really good push up here today. So we'll see what happens. I'm just trying to take advantage. So I'm buying an option here rather than selling like I normally would, because I'm going to be going somewhere later today. So I'm just looking for that quick pop, see if I can make a couple $100, and we'll go on from there, right? Okay, so I did not get the push I wanted. So this is going to be a good example of a loss. So I'm looking at it right now. It tried to push. It didn't work out. And, this is when it gets super tough, right? Because there's nothing more annoying than getting out of a trade. You just can't take it anymore, and then it just rips right up. So that's why it's extremely important to trade small, or trade like, within your means. So whatever gets you emotional, that's probably trading too much. Sorry, I got a phone call there, so I paused it, but look what happened, right? You come down here and you can't take it anymore, but it doesn't quite go right below that previous area, and then it starts to break out. Now, it could still continue to fall down from here, but let's see what happens, right? Always try to remember, and I'm not trying to be like cynical here or negative, the market does what it wants, right? But at the end of the day, the goal for the people who are really running this thing and making a lot of money is to shake you out as best they can, right? Like, and that's not me being negative towards the market. It will always, you have to trade what works for you, and you have to follow your plan. But always keep in mind that a lot of the times the goal is to basically screw you over. Okay, so they will slam it down here all the way, and then it just kind of you can't take it anymore, and then they'll have it rip up. Now, it could just continue falling from here, but let's see what happens. Because I actually just got out, right? So I got out because I just didn't like how it was breaking down like this, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to get out. I lost 220 on the day, so I'll show you right here. Or sorry, 250 on the day, because I lost 100 on the other, and then I lost whatever, 150 on that trade. And then look what's happening here, right? So this is what I was talking about. Now, it didn't really get all the way down below this pin bar, but there's a certain point where you just kind of have to go, I got to stick to my rules here. I got to follow, a proper plan, because if this ended up busting all the way down through here and flying all the way down here, then all of a sudden I'm losing 300, 400, 500 on the day. And one big, massive lesson that you should pay attention to right now is that it's a lot better to just take a smaller loss and then see it go on a run and be like, that's annoying, I could have been in it, than sit around and wait and be like, it's going to keep going, and then lose way more. Because small little losses here and there are not going to destroy your account. It's those times when you say, you know what, I know what's going to happen, I know it's going to go back up, and you hold and you hold and you hold, and it ends up flying all the way down here and then down here, and you keep holding, and then you decimate your account. So, you know what, yes, this does suck. I got out right here. I kind of felt like, you know what, I gave it a shot, it didn't work here, I'm just going to get out. But then it continues back up. Even if this goes on a massive run right now, that's what it is. I lost 250 on the day. That's not too bad for this account. It's fine. I would rather just lose some money and stick to my rules and kind of be like, okay, I'm getting out, than see a massive downgrade in my account. Because I can consistently win over time, right? I know how to make money in the market and I can consistently win. It's the times when I try to go all out and, you know, try to hit these home runs or stay in a trade for too long that end up ruining me and ruining the account. So let that be a massive lesson to you in real time. Yeah, this is annoying, but whatever. I live to fight another day. So hopefully that kind of gives you a good idea of, you know, what I'm trying to look for. I do think that this probably will go on a nice run to finish the day, I bet, especially since we've really done this like back and forth. And, you know, it'll be tempting to get back in, but I have to go somewhere today anyway, so I'm going to stay out. And, you know, if I look at this at the end of the day and it's all the way up to 4,600 or something and I see, oh man, I could have made a couple $1,000s, well, I'll get them on the next one. Because sitting there and getting pissed off about, oh, I could have made this, I could have made that, is what's going to affect you on the next trade. So really, the best thing I'm giving you right now is what I'm saying. Follow your rules, stick to your plan, and keep your losses very small, and the wins will naturally come, and you'll start to make a lot more money. Don't lose $1,000, $1,500 in a couple minutes because you think it's just going to go up and I don't want to get out because, you know, yes, I said they're going to trick you and stuff, but stick to your plan and stick to your rules and don't get pissed off if you missed out on some money because tomorrow you can make a bunch of money, right? So it's going on for too long here, but hopefully that's a really good lesson for you. If you found some value, I wouldn't mind getting a like and subscribe. I mean, it kind of helps. And thanks for sticking around this long. I'll catch you on the next one.